Warriors Fan TV Monday night Korero. So to all of those in the Warriors universe and everywhere else, just want to say a big welcome, mate. And what a week in the league. How you, Tons?
I'm good, thanks, bro. I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, good. Nice long weekend with
Yeah.
my whānau, and
Oh,
they just all
joy.
left yesterday to go back to Auckland with my moko and my daughter. So yeah,
Oh, yeah. So King's birthday weekend, formerly known as, I still think of it as Queen's birthday weekend. It's like it's a
same.
yeah, because it's just been that way forever.
Yeah,
So happy birthday to Bonnie King Charles. Give our land back, bro. um, um, yeah, but let's talk league. Let's talk league.
yes.
The big news out of the Warriors HQ. Barney and his season-ending knee injury. Yeah, this is like, damn. I'm glad you posted it, Tons. I'm glad you posted it because it was, that's devastating. Devastating for the pro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
feel for Barney. And I was actually thinking, I'm pretty sure when he came over to the Warriors, he was carrying an injury anyway. Um,
Right.
and he took a while to get back into it. What's up, man? Kia ora, Zach.
What's up,
So
Zach?
yeah, it may be he's aggravated that same injury. If not, then yeah. I mean, all the best to Mitch, Big Barney, speedy recovery, rehab, and all the
Mm,
rest of it, and
mm.
fucking. I'm hoping he pulls a miracle out and comes back for the playoffs. Man, but that's just been pretty wishful, actually.
I just feel gutted for him,
Mm,
Origin, and then there's,
yeah,
the oh
yeah,
shit, like the Ashes. He'll miss out on that
mm,
now as well.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's
huge,
exactly right. Um,
that's huge for us too as fans. But yeah, man,
yeah,
at
yeah.
least he's not on the public waiting list for surgery, so
Oh, yeah. That's.
he'll
I guess
he'll be
that's
in
a
there probably before the week's out, maybe, or I don't know how we
yeah.
work it.
That's the I guess the advantage of elite athletes, in their given
Mm.
sports and stuff. They all um they have the they have to have the means to do the rehab side of things and do it fast as possible. What's up, Carl? How you, my bro?
Kia
Evening,
ora, bro.
evening. Good. Kia
Sure,
ora.
sure. Go up. Just talking about Barney and the bad news for the Breather.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, yeah, not good, my
Mm.
bro. How you,
Mm.
Carl?
Good things, bro. Yeah, good things.
Good long weekend, or did you, May?
Now I was up at Noho for the weekend for Manukura, and then I
Oh,
went down the local, watched the game yesterday.
oh, sure.
Mm.
Nice. Sorry, Zach. I missed the predictions last week. Zach, did you give me a score, Zach?
But honest, I would have said
Oh no, you
36
didn't.
30.
Nah, yeah.
How are you, bro? But you
Hey.
picked bunnies to win, Zach. Oh, Zach busted, mate.
Hey, man. Happy campers tonight. That's right, Jacko. Very much
Yeah.
happy campers. Uh, did I miss one? Sorry, I'm just gonna get back. Oh yeah, no, done that. Barbara. Wow. Boys are on. Well, the crew. But you picked bunnies to win, Zach. Oh, did he? Was that? Oh, was Zach? Nah, surely not. Zach's usually the one that's shouting out the 50s, all the 50s. And he's pretty good for that. Um, so yeah, so off the top, just the bad news about Barney and all the best.
Oh,
I hope the bro, speedy recovery, rehab, just does what he needs to do. And but the flip side, okay, so he might be out for the next 9 months. I wouldn't be surprised if the bro cuts that time in half. Um, just in regards to the technology we have nowadays in regards to injuries, how you manage that. And at the end of the day, the specialists are going to leave it up to players. Um, so yeah, but if it takes 9 months, it takes 9 months.
no, because I
Uh,
was just reading in the one of the bros shared it in the our other message group, Wise Up TV, and they showed a thing where it's a 9-month recovery after surgery. So if that's the case, mate, he won't even be back for preseason.
That's worst case, though.
Worst case scenario, he won't be back. But anyway,
Yeah.
rat shit, really rat shit for us, and for him, obviously. But big loss.
You're right there, Flo. Nice win on the weekend. Kelly.
Hey, 5-star, what's up, bro? Nice to see you.
Kilda fans, great game. Good to work when the Wales win. Yeah, absolutely. The weekend, the game. Shall I do our predictions from last week?
Yes, please.
Okay. So from the top. From the top tons, you said 30-20 to the Wales. This is for the Bunnies game. Nick was 24-18. Andrew 26-18. Mez 30-24. Jacko 26-12. Kelly 44-10. Greg, our odds man. Greg said 31-25. The Wales. Naz said 23-16. Wales. Tahi actually took this out. Tahi said 18-12. So he was the closest in regards to that scoreline. 18-12. Jazz said 22-18, and I said 32-28. So
you're the closest then, 32-28.
From the
Bunnies game.
The weekend. You know what I've done? I've gone and put the bloody Raiders score on. Oh, righty hell. Let's just. Oh man, I'm gonna have to sack my editor. No. Well, that's right. It's me. Okay, let's start that again. So 36-30. Who was the closest to 36-30? Well, I said 28. 32-28. Who's the 30s? Mez said 30-24.
Oh, nice.
Tons, you were 30-20. So that's not too bad. Yada. Not many other 30s. 31-25. Greg was 31-25. Yeah. Oh, in that case. We're all winners. We're all winners at the end of the day.
Greg likes his odd numbers, eh?
Yeah, yes he does. Oh, shucks, I'm falling behind. Whoops. Where are we? Season, yeah. That's right, Jacko. Very much. Big loss. Yeah. But again, with the Barney thing, and I was saying at the times before we went live, it's potentially an opportunity for one of our young props to really step into the breach. So I mean, you can't replace that experience, that leadership that Barney carries. But thankfully, we still got big fish in there too. Yo, team, hard to take the Mitch news. Yeah. Hey, but at least as a Queenslander, it may be good for us. As a Warriors supporter, it's a huge loss for us. Yeah, that's right, Mike. I'm with you, my bro. I'm with you. Kelly, it's all good. Ford will go up front. Yeah, Ford does well, actually. He does real well.
He's been awesome this season, man.
Yeah, he has.
In comparison to last season, mate, like his error rate, I think even after 4 games, I don't even think he'd made an error. Like his stats have been outstanding.
He's ironed it out.
On the weekend, just awesome.
Yeah, just running those yards. That last one's for you, Tans. Hey, Tans. What's up, bro?
Yeah, hit 5 stars. So nice to see you, my bro. Hope you're good.
So the game from yesterday. Let's roll into it. I wonder if Tanner will come in with Mitchell. Possibly, bro. But they've still got a couple of good options. Yeah, I mean, there's even Tom Ali as well, still floating around. And Bunty's.
That's a good shout because apparently he's killing it in Cup. I haven't watched much Cup, but I've seen a lot of comments saying that he's killed it, and a lot of his stats have been really amazing. So. Nice. At least we've got options there, and we've got depth. Like we've got Tanner Stowers-Smith, Tom Ali, Bunty will no doubt come back. So it'll be interesting anyway, the team list tomorrow to see what's going on. But as you said, if it's one of our young fellas, awesome opportunity because that's that's like a whole half a season of game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Well, we're only halfway now, you know, this next round. So it's rolling into the business end of the season, you know, the whole, it's going to be, you know, to be a fly on the wall when Webby's, because no doubt Webby will have the heads up last night, this morning, whatever, and have to make decisions and stuff.
Yeah.
So Star's on bench. Okay, Jarrett. We're rolling now.
I'm sure in the press conference I heard Webby say when we fly back tonight. So do they legit just go there, play the game, and then jump back on the next flight pretty much?
Well, we had the early game, So it was 4 o'clock here. So it must have been 2 o'clock over there.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. And I thought that time was like 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock there, meeting 6 o'clock here. But like my mate, the bro straightened me out pretty quick.
That must be uncomfortable, bro, sitting on the flight with your leg bent.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, who knows? He might have stayed. in Oslo, but yeah. If anyone knows, if anyone knows in the comment section, give us the heads up, if Barney's still in Aussie or if he's come home.
Kia ora, Jazzy. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Kia ora, Jazz. So the game.
Yes.
I actually thought it was an entertaining game. And in regards to crowd attendance, 16,237. Yeah, it sounds a bit underwhelming. And Accor Stadium where they're playing, where the Warriors are playing, can hold 83,000 people.
Whose home ground is Accor? Is that
the Bunnies?
It is the Bunnies. Damn, in that case, that's a sad turnout for their fans.
Yeah,
at least we've got we've got an excuse. We're in New Zealand.
Yeah. But and you could hear the Warriors fans as well, you know. So so pretty underwhelming, less than a quarter full, but like a stadium that big is man. It's only like test matches, rugby test matches, league, maybe Origin, or definitely Origin. But so not that great a crowd. Wyatt Raymond, the ref, so if we're gonna we'll just open this time for right here, right now, for people just to shit on the ref, because that's all good. Because there were so in regards to my little gripe, because I like counting penalties and I like counting the 6 agains. So the penalty count, there were 6 penalties the entire game. 4 in the first half. 3 of those penalties to the Rabbitohs, 1 to us. The second half, there was only 1 penalty, and that went to them. The 6 agains, there was only 7 6 agains. 2 went for us in the first half, and then we got 1 more second half, and 4 went to the Rabbitohs. And the tries, in the try count, there were 12 tries scored through the whole game. 7 to us, 5 to them. And that whole, because we've struggled to score tries in the second half for the last month, if not longer. So it was just good to see the boys get over the try line. And it got a bit helter-skelter at times, but you know they. I actually wasn't that. I didn't think we were going to lose this. I didn't get that feeling. You know, because we were putting a lot of defensive pressure on them too. And they were making mistakes. But one of the things that for me was one of the things that really kept the Rabbitohs in the game was the amount of non-calls from Wyatt Raymond, like forward passes, headshots, lingering in the play of the balls, and knock-ons that he wasn't calling. So there were a few things that went the Rabbitohs' way that had he officiated the way he was meant to, then you know, So Luka Metcalf misses 3 conversions, and that's another 6 points. We should have been well in our 40s by the end of that game. But I mean that's another subject. So, but yeah,
actually, I want to talk about I don't know. I think you I mentioned in our group chat earlier about these conversions, and you made a good point. You were like, oh well, until it costs us games, if it starts costing us games, then we've got a problem. But man, it's happening every week. I'd actually like to know how many he's slotted and how many he's missed, because I think he's sitting at like a 68%. I mean, you know, he's great at everything else. 63, is it?
Oh no, I thought it was 63. Might be 68. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's good, and it's just it gets me scared, man. I'm like, bro, come on, man. It's like far out. But attacking wise, mate, it was just really beautiful to see our attack coming to life.
Yep.
You know, as you said, we haven't seen that for over a month. You know,
ages.
Game 13 now, and so yeah, but we can score from anywhere on the paddock, on our edges, through the middle, like everywhere, and we're keeping all those options open. We're not just being that one-dimensional like we were last season, where it was just put a bomb up to Dylan, hopefully he catches it and scores a try. You know, now we're especially with having a left and a right foot kicker on the field, mate. I just think there's so many, there's so many options now, which is awesome. And the contesting for the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Just Kelly's question. I've got a question still not sold on TMM on the bench. Really needed Healy. Lost momentum when Egan went off. Yeah, that's true. TMM's it's a hard one because he's playing out of position, but two, he does add cover. He adds cover for defense. And I mean, if Healy adds another defensive tool, to that toolbox, and okay, maybe he should get the jump. But again, that's up to Uncle. Uncle's gonna make that call. Now Miz.
Yes, yeah, I agree, Jacko. But well, no, I know what you mean. It's just frustrating for me anyway. That's my personal opinion. I'm just like, bro, man, like we could have won comfortably at 42. But, I mean, obviously, granted, you're not going to get all of them, but I'd like for him to just get more.
But he got the hard one, and the one just to the right of the post, he fluffed, and it was like, wow, bro. I was like, wow, bro.
I was losing. I was like, fuck, man, come on. And then what do you know? Then he gets that runaway try. I'm like, well, there we go. Once
again, rocks and diamonds.
Makes me shut my mouth. So, but yeah, I thought, I thought a player that really stood out for me was Demi. I thought he was so good, man.
Yeah,
his
offloads, bro.
Like the one RTS obviously kicked it back. Demi just quick thinking, kept that ball moving. Same with the offload down the other end of the field to CNK, and then that resulted in a try. So a lot of his offloads and his just and his momentum really, man, he was quite pivotal in that game, in my opinion. I thought he was dope.
Well, that liquor try, the lead up to his try was Dimitrik.
Off the Dimitrik offload,
Yeah,
Oh,
Kia ora,
bro.
How you, Nick? Hey.
Yeah, bro, I'm all good. I'm just a little bit loud around here, so I'll just mute myself for now.
No, you're right, bro.
Are you still in Belgium?
No, I'm back in Amsterdam.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Amsterdam.
Sure. No, and he's ripping the colours. Love it, bro. No. So I just wanted to answer Jacko's question. Entertaining game, we had control, but just kept letting bunnies off the hook, which needed to be addressed. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, it was Latrell Mitchell dragged his team back into that game. If he didn't apply himself in that second half, bunnies had nothing. He was the difference in that team. And there were a couple of others, but he was the guy trying to lead the charge.
No, he was awesome.
But in saying that, we shut him down as well, So he got the last try, but it was kind of like too little, too late, bro. The boys, the style of defense we're playing. Yeah, I think it's just comforting. Those, and we've said it time and time again. These were the sort of games we'd fluff, we'd choke, we'd feel the pressure, and then we'd fold. And it's just not happening.
That's a great point. Like even last year, I remember we were losing those games where it was just like a conversion, and we were losing those real small marginal games, and now we're winning them. But yeah, man, our attack looks really good. I mean, we let in 3 tries because I thought, yeah, man, 30 points to 12. We're gonna carve this baby up, and then we didn't.
Then they come back.
We let in some
Nick Minna.
try, and then man, and it's like, bro, I'm sure the last 5 minutes of every game for the last 6 games have been like that. You found like, bro, these last 5 minutes, mate.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Ambo on standby.
Yeah. Kia ora rangatira. Kia ora, bro. It gets pretty full on. But that's what we love about our team. They especially the last 5 minutes, whatever, the boys are just working their asses off for each other. Moving the ball around. Yeah, me too, Miz. Love them moving around.
Just the teamwork that's involved, eh? Like I hear some commentators saying they're like, oh, some individual brilliance, and I'm like, bro, I don't think there's there was no such thing in our game, I reckon, last night. I just think we all played mean. I thought RTS was fantastic again. CNK, man, like, come on, really?
Honestly,
340 meters?
Yeah.
That's just insane.
He was up to like 100 and I think it was over 160 in the first half. And I was like,
bro.
What the? Yeah. He was gangster, bro. He was cranking it out. And again, and we've said it before, but the amount of times he's doing like either the first hit up and then the fourth hit up, and it's just like in the same set, he's just taking so much pressure off the boys.
Yeah,
because everyone's fatigued around him, but he's still putting his hand up, and they're good yards. He's not just he's just not taking a hit up to get smashed. He's punching the line and bending it, and it's just like, bro.
I thought Dallin was fantastic under all those high balls because, man, I thought he done awesome. I don't think any of our players dropped one of them actually, but Dell was really good on that.
He was. Yeah,
and it was good to see him back to his best and scoring a try. So I was really happy for him because a lot of people have been bagging him out, like, his jamming in, his defensive reads is shit. But like, it's going to happen. Sadly, wingers are going to jam.
Yeah, it's a funny one because and I can't remember. I think it was Alex Johnson's second try. Dillon looked like he was playing touch. He just skinned him on the outside, and it's just like, oh, bro. But no, I was glad Dillon. I think we were like 4 minutes into the first half, and he scored, and it was like, well played, well executed, and good for his confidence. Just that he got it. He got in early, but then they scored 4 minutes later, and it's just like, okay, we got a game on our hands, that's for sure.
I knew.
Stick with me, Cuff. Yeah. Absolutely,
I knew AJ was going to score anyway. I remember when me and Nick were at the Rabbitohs game last year in the piss pouring rain, and you could see it from a mile away. You could just see like Latrell coming over, and I was like, oh my god, they're going to Alex, and sure, like just how he sweeps around. So, but yeah, I mean, that's just a normal play for the Rabbitohs, especially if Cody Walker's there. You can guarantee that Latrell will come sweeping around. Cody will put it out to him, and then they'll go out to AJ. But I thought the Rabbitohs did well at coming back, man. Far out. I thought they did really well because I thought they were going to whip their ass there for the second half.
I'll tell you what, in the third try Johnson scored, that was definitely a forward pass, man. That fucking pass that went to Latrell before he passed it back to Johnson. I was like, bro, that was forward as. And again, why Raymond wasn't making these microsecond calls, which were pretty straightforward, and I was just like, But the good thing about the boys is they just got on with it. They could bitch and moan about it, and they were picking and choosing when to challenge and when to just let shit slide. But I just thought, nah, bro, I was watching it with the bro Polder. And both of us are like, bro, that was forward, bro. But that wasn't the only forward pass. There was a few of them, especially in that second half. Who was it? One of them, like Roger got a stiff arm to the face from Atkins,
Oh.
Ewan Atkins,
I
and
didn't
like,
even see that.
yeah, and like Roger's looking at the ref like, come on, ref. And it's just like, play on. I was like, jeez, same old bullshit. Yeah, but the boys are, I guess that they just don't get distracted by the indiscretions or the bullshit calls. You know, they stay on task and stuff. Yeah, your destination, Nick.
No, I'm just around the corner from the office, but I just wanted to say it was like 10 minutes into the second half. It looked like it was going to be, floodgates opening, and we're finally going to get our 50, or we're going to smoke them. But fair credit to them. Well, to one player really, like you've already said, to Latrell. He's putting the team on his back. I thought taking Havili off was a weird call, obviously. Because like he's those kind of sniping little number 9s that are just making those devastating runs, and I was like, oh shit, he's gone. Or maybe that'll be a good thing. Because when he came back on, he definitely brought that energy. But yeah, another close one, man. I don't think. And I suppose the good thing about this whole thing is that it's not just us having these close ones. It's other teams as well, where it's like, they're coming back right at the end. But I think Webby said it in the after press. You like us to control that more. But to be honest, I don't think you can control a game where Latrell Mitchell's playing like that.
Yeah.
How can you control that part of the game when it's out? When you don't have the ball, he's got the ball. He sees things. Yeah. So, yeah, big performance from him. Win's a win, man. But man, I just wish we would just put teams away.
Yeah. Oh, we still got 14 rounds, bro. Still got another 15, 14 rounds to go. So,
Also,
fingers crossed.
I wouldn't be like, if we lost, I'd be sitting here crying about that we're losing. I'm not crying that we won. But I'm sure we're going to have one of these games this season, hopefully, where we're just like, yep. Yeah, it was, we smashed them.
One day, bro.
The next 3, I think, isn't it? Who have we got? We've got Sharks, Penrith, and Broncos. So even though, and it's funny because even though you're going up against teams like Penrith and Broncos who are playing like absolute mud, mate, you just never know who's going to show up on the day, and your team could be, like we are, second, third on the table.
Could be the one. Yeah, we could be the. I don't want to be the team that's the turning point in the season for other teams. You see those teams that be like they can go back to one game in round 13 where they smoke someone, and that was like the whole momentum shift of that team. I don't want to be on the receiving end of that ass whipping.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a feeling that our top 8, like the 8 that we see now, I think that's gonna. I'm hoping it's going to pretty much stay the same come the end of the season, although I do think the Roosters will creep in there. But
where are the Roosters now, Tums?
12th, I think. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm really worried that we don't have Mitchie Barnett anymore for the whole season. And not jinxing anything, but fucking hell, that's a big loss for us.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, I was saying earlier, bro, that I wouldn't be surprised if he micromanages his rehab, recovery, and fucking smashes it. I mean, obviously he's got to rest up for at least the next month, but that whole, going to the specialist, getting it on, because at the end of the day, it's the players that manage those types of injuries, and if he's like Simon Mannering was the perfect example of a player that would just take the field constantly under not so much under fatigue, but his body was broken, and he'd still get out there. If Barney's got that sort of mindset, bro, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's back before 9 months is up. But that's just me, bro.
Yeah, Tohu played broken for the last.
Tohu's another one.
Last 2 years.
Oh. Fuck, he was like a mummy, Tohu. He was literally just wrapped in bandages, man. He was like, he sponsored fucking Band-Aid or something. Jesus.
Yeah, heck yeah, absolutely. I felt like the boys were having fun moving the ball around, offloading. Mez, yeah. It was just good that. Good to see the boys do, and it was the young fellas like the Metric and Liquor. They play the ball with Liquor. the freaking spray stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the ball stuck to his hand. I was like, oh, bro.
And he's looking at his hands like, what? Like, oh, brother.
Yeah. I was
Too
like,
much of the sticky
bro.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, far out, bro.
You know what I found real funny, man? Like, and this is why I thought it was going to be a blowout. Lekker's going right, and the whole defense is shifting.
Yeah.
You know when you watch under sixes and under eights kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a player's running this way, he's running this way, the whole defense is going this way.
Yeah.
He didn't even do like a big right, like a Sean Johnson or a big step. He just kind of shifted to the left.
Yeah. And he still had to beat the defender, bro. But once he stepped back inside, there was no inside cover. And
there was no one there. Because I'd all, like Nick said, they'd all shifted to blooming, to meet him there.
Yeah.
But,
I was like, bro.
Do you think he suits coming off the bench rather than starting? Or you aren't fussed by it?
I love him off the bench and just emptying his tank and being that mongrel where he goes and fends people in the face.
Yeah.
You can't do that for 80 minutes. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
True that.
That's a really good shot.
I've got a feeling Webby is just betting this guy in to be a full timer next year. That's the feeling I'm getting because like he's getting heaps of minutes.
Yeah.
He's getting whole games.
Yeah.
Like I love Ford off the bench too because he's. I've always liked him off the bench, but I realize that you need to have some starters. And it's going to be big. It's going to be big for Bunty, Marata, and Ford in these next 9 months.
Yep. Even Big Fish, Big Fish. Like he's going to step up regardless. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, bro.
What about that Crosby for a shout out?
Yeah.
Toby Crosby. What about him for a shout out?
Sure.
Well, he is in cup.
No.
Yeah.
But he is.
I don't know if he's in top 30 though.
No, I don't think he is. Because when you go onto the when you go onto the NRL website to check teams, so when you go to the teams, those guys on that list, they're your top 38. Oh no, but we're past that date now. So we can, if anyone knows in the comments, because we're past round 11 now, so we can use our outside the top 30. Is that right? I'm sure
Yeah, that's a good question. I want to know too.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm thinking, Tennisdale Smith will probably come back in. And Bunty. I mean, Bunty can do a job, but he's just got a real. He's only good for small minutes, which is a bummer. And because Mitch is, he plays some big minutes for a middleman, and so we're going to have to try and combat that somehow without losing that pace and that power.
Yeah, or they push Marata back in the front row, and I don't know. They
I like Marata as a front rower.
Yeah,
I know he's been pretty good this season, not dropping the ball, smashing the sixes and sevens.
Yeah,
he scored a couple of tries as well. I know he's gotten better, but I do like him at a prop.
Yeah,
I do too, and he can play big minutes too, Marata. Like he's an he's an 80-minute player, so why not put him in the middle and then have someone like, I don't know, Kurt starting, obviously, with maybe his Lekker's going to have to start again, and Laban, and who knows, man. But I love this. I love it's like a Kinder surprise every Tuesday, and that we've got this depth. I mean, like how awesome is it to just be able to be like, okay, the bros stuffed, we're going to have to go and we've got an opportunity to do that with our pathway system, which is what we've lacked for so many years. Now we can just, we've got the pick of the litter, which is, thank goodness for us.
Yeah.
I can't remember this type of youthful exuberance that we've had coming through our cup going up to our first grade. And just back on Marata as well, whenever he goes to their prop rotation, it gives a chance for players like Laban to come in as a bench player and get him more minutes, because I think he needs and he deserves more minutes.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. And with them signing those long-term contracts, they definitely need that game time now. And now, look, it's funny how the universe provides kind of. I know that doesn't sound good the way I'm saying it, but it's definitely an opportunity now for these young fellas to really step up and and I'm like, I'm not like, I don't think, oh shit, no, our fucking season's over, you know, Barney's gone. Whereas in the past, you know, like I remember when years ago when RTS got injured, remember, and we'd won all these, and he left, mate. We just same with SJ, and we just caked it. But I don't have that feeling that
and I think to be fair, the resilience within the team, so the team culture at the moment, all the boys have brought into the identity of you know, of who they are and what this team means to them and their teammates, and just whatever their assignments are for the week, you know, the opposition, blah blah blah. Everyone's brought into it, you know, and they really are playing as a unit, and it's honestly, it's just good to see. It's stuff that we've wanted to see for friggin' years, for decades. And you know, and it comes and goes. And like you're saying, Tans, we lose a key player, and it just kind of, it's like dominoes. You know, we fall away, kind of thing. So Barney's a massive loss, but I think we've got enough cushions around us at the moment. Just you know, Uncle's got the luxury of being able to hopefully, just see whoever he's going to pull up. So I do want to shout out to Jazz. Off topic, I have to say your fellas' headgears are all on point. Shot my bro. Didn't even realise. Right, let's get you.
I was and RTS, man, like he looked really surprised that he scored 2 tries, you know, especially after that second one. He's like, oh mate, like, you know, I can't believe it. So but I just love the teamwork. I just man. You know, and the fact that we're scoring tries here, there, and everywhere, like it doesn't matter what side of the field you're on. You know, we're scoring. We can score tries, and there's a lot of teams that, and actually, Sharks used to be a team. Now that they've got Adam, they can play through the middle and not. But they used to go out to the edges all the time. You know, and even we did in 2023. Like, you know, Dale was like the top try scorer, so. It shows that our attacking strategy is changing, obviously, that, you know, Weeby's like, no, we're not going to be so one-directional, one-dimensional. We're going to, you know, tato, we're going to share the love, spread it around, you know, give everyone a fair crack at getting a meat pie.
Yep. I like 5 stars comment, bro. I wanted to see Barney versus AFB. Oh, absolutely, bro. Yeah. It's hopefully next time. Where we at? Bring on Jackson Ford. He can play huge minutes. Yep. That's true, bro. That's absolutely true. And he's a seasoned campaigner. You know. He has ironed out those little mistakes, and he's you can't argue with the guy. Like Towns was saying earlier, Jacko's he's playing outstanding footy. All 3 Warriors teams are in the top 8 in their competitions. Jersey Flag boys are in the top 8 for the first time. We got the boys here to get us through. Actually, and before I forget, because the NRLW, I think that's going to kick off end of this month. So really looking forward to seeing how the girls line up. I reckon.
I've never been into, like, I've never really watched it. I've just watched, you know, like, you know, NRL, but I did watch the Women's State of Origin, and man, I'll tell you, it's awesome to support the women get over there. Like, I think there was like a 20,000 turnout at the
I think the reason for that as well, the reason for that is because those women they're playing NRLW are like, they're actually really, really decent, and like the quality of those games I've seen is real good.
I want to see how those sevens, those women's players that have come over, I want to see how they kind of handle league. There's a Michaela Blake. Because she's on the social media quite a lot, and just her story, her background about the whānau always supported the Warriors, and it's like, sure. So you know, that's quite cool that she's been given the opportunity to actually play for a club that the whānau boys, because rugby's obviously their first choice, but
she's got a lot of gas too, eh? That one.
I reckon it'd be interesting to see how the girls stack up, how women's team stack up. Do you know who's marking Ronaldo? Whose wing's that? Is that Dillon's or
No,
Rogers?
that'll be but he's suspended anyway. But if he was playing,
is he?
It would be RTS.
Bro,
Yes,
is that Mawini? Is that Mawini playing, bro?
Yeah, he is. Oh, because Stone Street, he was playing on the weekend actually. Mawini Hiroti. Yeah.
Stone Street's good.
Okay.
He's out injured though. Stone Street's not playing. Neither is So, actually, I wonder.
I reckon we just need to bomb it to Mawini all night, bro.
Well, he's his leg's still quite heavily strapped. I saw it whenever they played. Shit, when did they play? Thursday, Friday? And he missed, bro. He got out by no, that was last weekend. What am I thinking about, bro? Daniel Tupou whipped his ass in the air, man.
Daniel Tupou will be in his nightmares for the rest of his life.
Yeah. He just literally brother. He just
Is he a Butterfingers?
Nah,
Butterfingers in general.
Nah, just outplayed, bro.
Man. He was doing the old Zach Lomax, the old "I believe I can fly." Daniel Tupou, over his head, just boom.
Okay. You know those ones where someone's just getting owned, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for them.
Feel sorry for him. Feel sorry for the bro.
No.
And not just once. It happened twice within minutes of one another. Exactly the same. Up goes the ball.
Oh,
he got shamed out. But yeah, I think Sharkies, because none of their players are in Origin either, so it's going to be a good battle because obviously we've only got a Fish out, but they've got some players out to injury as well. So no Tommy Hazelton, which is awesome because that bloody guy scored on us last time, and he can only run freaking 5K a bloody hour. Wasn't
there talk at the start of the year he was coming to us?
Yes, apparently he came over and checked out our facilities.
Yeah, hard case. Man.
Yeah.
Warriors women's have a good team. Can't wait to watch.
Yeah, same Andrew.
Agree with you, Andrew. Yep, absolutely.
Hey, Whānau, I'm gonna head off to Mahi.
Sure.
Have a good day, bros.
All right.
Can't wait for the Tuesday team list. And up the was.
Good to see you, bro. Sure. All right, go get the boat. Sure. I was going to say too, I am glad that Alex Johnson got his 200 tries, but I'm happier that he was in the losing team because it wouldn't have been good had it been the other way around. If he didn't get those last 3 tries and they won, then it would have been shit house. But no, oh yeah, bro, would have been completely different. So good on him. And there's not many of the old school kind of those wingers that have been around for a long time.
Yeah. Tupou, Tupou.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, the old ones that have been around for a long time.
Oh yeah, and it was just I thought, no, good on them, and they were good tries. But it was Latrell that instinctive play, a bit like Johnson and Manu back in the day. When Johnson knew he could go to the line and then flick it out, and Manu would always score kind of thing. That kind of combination. Okay. But yeah, good on him. I'm glad he got us 200.
Both the fullbacks were probably the fullbacks of the weekend, I'd say. Both transit, but man, I'm just like, you know what though, C&K stats are pretty much always like that. He's run over 300 games. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's just solid.
Fit. Bro, how can you go like that for 80 minutes and just, like you said earlier, 2 hit ups a set, man, and you're making 10 meters and then, 100 post contact meters, and he ain't even the biggest fella on the field. Some props some middles aren't even making 100 post contact.
Yeah. He's and even in the first half when Rocco scored, Jacko doing that grubber, that was perfectly weighted, and it was just like, well, this guy, kind of like from broken play, but you just don't expect that from a prop or one of the forwards, whatever.
But the fact that Rocco kept chasing through, because when he let that ball go, he was actually, he wasn't, it's not like he was right, you know, he had to come from, you know, probably 10 meters, but mate, lucky, whoever it was that Tess that slipped over? Oh, no,
I think so.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Jacko having the presence of mind.
You know, just play, man.
Oh, yeah. And Jacko, and again, like the bunker, I thought the bunker got this one wrong because it was like his fucking runners were blocking. They were both kind of contending, but one, the Bunnies player was definitely pushing Jacko out of the way. And it was like, bro, that was obvious as, you know, and it was just like, no, we're just going to play on. I was like, wow.
I was like, if it's going to be like, why? I didn't get, I'm like, why even blow the whistle if you think there's foul play? Like, if you think there's foul play, why don't you just award the penalty? And do you know what I mean? Like, why even go back and look at it?
I thought it was going to be a penalty try when they went back and looked at it. I thought, surely it's a penalty try. And then, nah, not even. Well, I mean, and I'm glad we scored, but it was like, no. So I'm just ticking off my list while we're trying to catch up the comments. No way is Tane getting the full big spot unless he encases. Yep, that's right, Checker. If Uncle's anything, who would you drop from the wing though?
Watani,
if you're going to put Tane in there,
Watani.
Oh,
yeah. I just think he's done it too many times, since he's come back.
The cutting in.
I reckon the Christmas game against the Raiders.
Oh, who's that, Dow?
Big Dow.
Yeah, he was just lucky with this game that we pulled through, really.
Yeah, I'm
just not convinced. I don't know whether you'd say had enough game time or back to full strength or what you would say, but I'm just not convinced with him.
His wrist still looks really heavily bandaged, and I think it's because even when actually, you know, that first try that he scored, I was watching the replay today and I was like, bro, like, I'm sure, like, if that was any other ref or person in the bunker, they probably wouldn't award it and say it was a knock on. No hate, guys. I just watched replay. I was like, because he didn't have, it was like off his wrist. And you can, I think, if you watch the replay, you can tell that I think it's quite, I don't know, not hard, but it looks like it's annoying because he can't, you know, like, full movement of his wrist and hand. But I agree where you're coming from, bro. I've seen a lot of comments.
I think Tane's just got that X factor, like, because I noticed a couple of times during the game when people would make a break and we just don't have that pace. We don't have that.
No, we definitely don't. Yeah.
Besides Mika, that can really take off and nobody can catch them. That's what I think anyway. When it comes to the likes of the Storm, even the Doggers, I just don't feel we've got the X factor. So I sort of sometimes feel that we're sort of just hanging in there, like we're getting the win, which is mean, but I feel like we're sort of we're just honestly hanging
I feel like Webby's well aware of our weaknesses, and it's obvious to everyone that we don't have super speed in our back line, you know, and we haven't for a while. And so I think the way Uncle counters that is by having a staunch defense, you know, by making sure that we make sure that the guys are backing each other up and they make their tackles, you know, and even if they miss a tackle, we still got to cover their sweepers. There's more than one sweeper kind of thing. It would be nice to have a back line that had a bit of pace, and seeing Luca shoot out from that dummy half and score. It was just like, but he's pretty much on his own. I think he had chance on the inside. But there was chance, and then there was daylight, and a couple of
who was it chasing him? Was it Humphreys or was it who was chasing him?
Was it Campbell Graham? No, Campbell Graham can't be that fast.
That's a good question, my bro. If any of you boys know, or anyone in the comments, give us the heads up,
I just feel their teams are wasted in New South Wales Cup.
I agree, bro.
I'm just not.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I just can't let it go.
No, but there's
all good, my bro. All good.
Plenty of people that will agree with you, though, bro. A lot of people are calling like hundreds. I've seen it in the comments, man. People are like, nah. And I actually think Tane and Ali done a mean job defending on that edge when, you know, when both Berry and DWZ Barrett, I was like, bro, these fellas are all goods on the edge.
Yeah.
Like they didn't leak many tries, you know, like even Tane for a small fella, man, he can defend pretty well. Like I think, you know, I think the most tackles he missed in one game was like 3. But yeah, man, I think he's done a great job and yeah, solid shout. I think he's a waste in cup too, but fuck, where do you put him? And we've seen this last year. I mean, god damn. I mean, I know as a fan, we were screaming out for changes. Like, bro, man, like you got to drop, you got to do something, and he didn't. But I think he's just really
Webby.
Hey,
he's pretty faithful, Webby. Once he puts somebody in a position, that's it. He's not gonna.
Yeah,
he's showing that he's not gonna never take Nickel Clockstead out like comment earlier.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't take him out, but there were definitely times last year where he could have gone.
Yeah. Just Jacko's comment, keep our back three the way they are now. As a combo, they are among best in the comp. They may have to go elsewhere to get regular first grade spot. Yeah, that's just the sad truth.
Never know, mate. The Perth Bears might fucking pick him up.
Yeah.
Throw some money at him, but
might have to go away and come back in a couple of years, you know, if the I don't know. Yeah.
He's too good to not be starting anyway, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's good that he had that experience on the wing too. So now he's only added value to his own game and value to his bank account too, I suppose. So when you know, if another club wants to sign him, they can be like, oh well, fuck, he can play on the edge, he can play fullback, you know. And I think people are saying he can even play in the halves.
Wow.
I haven't seen him play in the halves, but I'm assuming he has played halves and cups, so never know. But I hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah.
But
just Tahi's question. What's that, bro?
How much longer is he signed for, Team? Just this year?
I think it's next year.
2026.
Actually, if anyone in the comments knows, give us a heads up, eh? Just Tahi's comment. Any news on Rocco's hammy yet? I wouldn't know, bro.
No, I saw in a post. Well, I saw in a post on Facebook that he wasn't on the injury list. You know how they've got the injured list? Yeah, he's not on it, so he should be good to go. Which is awesome, but yeah, teamless too. And we're all going to be, you know what? We're all going to be sitting here tomorrow, like, come on. And as soon as that's we're all going to be on our phones, like, oh, who's playing? Who's
and
you can pretty much
the first team, that gets named.
Yeah, bro.
That's always good seeing that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Actually, I didn't even know that. Are we the first team to get named?
Normally, yeah. We're normally the first, and then everyone sort of comes after that. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we're in New Zealand or what it is.
Yeah. But you could pretty much bet the house Uncle's not gonna shuffle much outside of maybe pushing Marata to the front, Marata or Jacko, promote Bunty to the bench. I don't know who else you could bring up, but yeah, it's just that reshuffling that front row.
Yeah, I like that shout out with Tana bringing him back, Tana Stowers.
Yep. Oh yeah,
sort of gutted that he got his debut and then that was it, and then he went back to New South Wales Cup. I don't quite understand giving somebody a debut and then you put them back in New South Wales.
I
didn't quite get my head around that.
I think it builds people. Yeah, no, I agree, bro. I'm like, hey, like you can't put someone in a game and then just put them in and then fucking cut them off again. But here's what we were saying. I think it's a great opportunity for whoever gets named, and I do think he'll definitely get game time because I think it's either when you look at Bunty or you know, I'm just like I love Bunty, but I'd prefer someone that can play longer minutes. Yeah. Someone with a bigger tank. I don't know actually how long Styles Smith even can play for, but awesome opportunity for him if he gets that spot, which will probably be off the bench. I doubt he'll start. I think it'll be a Marata and Fish or a Fish and a Ford.
Yeah, potentially. I like Jacko's comment. Styles is ready for sure, tough and hard worker, and one of the very few guys from the South Island, that's made the Warriors. So in that regard, I think, man, good on the young fella. Represent the South. Who's that? Tane?
Yeah, is that until the end of 26, 5-star?
True.
Yeah, they'll come because Aussie teams love our boys. They're going to come fishing, mate. They're going to come fishing hard out. So I'm really glad that they signed up Leka and Laban, and I'm sure Vaimunga already re-signed last year. So
yeah,
we're onto it. Lucky the club signed them up.
Yeah.
Now.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, and sorry, just going back to that Bunnies game. Yeah, Latrell was definitely like if he wasn't playing, then yeah, that scoreline would have blown out. I think we would have definitely got on top of them by heaps more. Rangatira. Well, I think if Webby pulls boys out every big game, we just going back to the old Warriors down. No confidence in them self. So right now we'll be putting so much confidence in our players. Yep, that's true, my bro. That's very true. The team culture, he's got the balance just right.
Yeah.
Tahi, hi Lexi, good to see ya.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, yep, signed until the end of 2026. I think that one's for your question, Chaz. Towns.
Yeah, bro, that's good. What about Lukey? How long we got him for? Luke Mikoff.
Well, that's a bloody good question, bro. Because apparently he can start looking now. People in the chat, can he start shopping around November 1st this year? I'm sure I've seen this floating around because I saw a rumor saying that contracts. No, that's not. That now that he's had baby and there's no signs of him yet of another contract, could he be potentially moving back to Aussie? This is what I've seen on Facebook, just a slight couple of rumors, but it's probably all shit. But do you
wonder if that's why Tana Wood signed another year? Tana Wood.
Yeah.
Whispers maybe.
North Queensland, North Queensland were chasing him. Oh.
Yeah, interesting because that's after that rumor came out. Like it was only a couple of people that said, about Luke, and then next minute, Tanner Boyd changes his clauses in his contract and stays with the Warriors. But if anyone knows about Metcalf's contract status, can you chuck it up in the comments?
And that was cool. Tanner Boyd done that. He's kind of because I mean, as it stands at the moment, there's no. It's like, bro, you're going to be waiting for a while, but he's still committed. He could have easily walked away and probably made just as good of money, if not better. But he's choosing to hang around, and that's a good sign for the club, man. That's good for us. That's real good.
Especially for an Australian boy too. Usually they come here and want to, gap it, fast as, but for whatever reason he must like it here and he's he's enjoying his footy and enjoying his journey. So
is his missus a Kiwi or she Aussie? Metcalf. No.
I don't know. Okay, some of these boys don't want. Met and Jacko saying Met can start looking elsewhere November this year. We need to lock him up ASAP.
True that.
Yep. He'd be the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. And
how much do you guys reckon he's worth if they were to chuck him a contract?
Ooh. Well, ain't that the $1 million question?
So he's like, how much do you reckon he could crack on the open market?
Depends on how much the Warriors have got and the salary and whether they could do you throw it all at the one key market?
I'd say about middle range, eh?
Yeah, maybe yeah.
Wouldn't be lower range.
Yeah. Because he's still quite
fresh.
Still on his journey, hasn't really established himself as a concrete number.
Well,
halfback.
he could probably. If they gave, what's that little fucking fella's name? If they gave Lockie Galvin 750k a season, then Metz has got to be worth 9. You know, if they're giving 1.2 mil easy, I'd say a mil. But but they just seem to be throwing the bank at halves, because there's just none floating around. Yeah, Tahi, exactly.
Yeah.
So interesting. So Jazzy signed till the end of 2026. So he signed till the end of 2026, but they can start shopping. They can start looking now. Gee, that's a bit early,
Yeah. Oh, I guess as a player, you're just looking at your options. Like if you're in a settled environment and the coach loves you, the team loves you, you're feeling like you're being really appreciated for what you bring. Then it's kind of like that, because those are the options you want to weigh up. Do you chase the coin, or do you hang around because it's actually, you can see the potential this team's got, and you think actually these guys could win a premiership.
Well, actually, just talking about just seeing the comments, they probably will. Geez, Brown is getting 1.4 mil a year. They probably will offer him probably 1 year around what that 1.2 rangatira, because Power are shopping around now for a half. The Tigers, unless they go with Latu Fainu or Heath Mason, but man. So,
and I think the way Uncle's got it stacked, he's like, we've got quality halves. We've got a quality halfback and a quality standoff that can slot straight in. If Chanel goes down, or if Luca goes down, Tamati steps in, Tanner Boyd steps in, and just whoever the other options are, but they're solid players. They can step into that breach. So we're in a good place. We are in a good place.
It's interesting because TMM hasn't re-signed, but he seems to be getting, like, he's being picked for like consecutive weeks now on the bench. So I'm wondering if they'll give him maybe an extension at least. So
good halves are hard to find. Brown is getting 1.4 at the Knights, so Metz is worth $1 mil. No arguments there, bro. Check out.
I agree, Tahi. I don't think he'd go either. I'm just like but you just never know, man. Like, I'd be gutted if he left. But as you feel like, I'd be gutted, but like, hey man, we've got Timoiti, we've got Boyd, and I think Boyd probably fit in quite nicely next to, if shit went downhill with Metz, but I'm not going to make any assumptions in that department. But it would be nice to see some re-signing news soon, though, especially if they've just done those, because I think, if I heard it right, Lickers and Laban are the longest term signed, whatever the hell the fuck you say. Yeah, they've got the longest contracts out of anyone else in our team. So Licker and Laban have got the longest contracts so far.
Nice. A lawyer Metz at Tigers will kill it. Be careful. Lock Metz up now. Jacko, dude. That's blasphemy, Jacko. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Don't worry about who leaves. Let's make the Wales the place to be. Oh, people want to come here anyway, Dom. Like, I think, years ago, players didn't want to come here because we were shit, basically. And now, players, look, we've got Jet Cleary, who, my gosh, his father and his brother are successful as, and he's come here. So that says a lot about our club, and says a lot about Webby too.
I got to agree with Kelly's comment. 900 till he gets his kicking sorted.
Hard out.
Absolutely.
We'll top you up to 1.1. We'll top you up to 1.1 when you get to the
80-90% mark. You can have the rest of it. Don't worry about who leaves. Oh no, we've done that one. Yada yada yada. We are slowly catching up. Maloney left when he had SJ as partner after GF, so who knows? Yep. Yeah. And Maloney left him, I think it was when he went to the Roosters and they bloody won it, the Weasels. It pissed me off. Yeah. But just goes to show the quality of the player, you know.
But yeah, like I said, it's only Rubens, and maybe, you know, like these, you just never know with the Warriors, eh? Like,
yeah,
really, and I think that's what's good is, you know, the fact that we're not in the media so much, like the Aussie sports media, like the Footy Show and NRL Online. Yep. I think in some ways it's a blessing because we're not so public. Yeah. You know, like not everyone knows what's going on with our club, and I like that.
But even some of the Aussie media, the way they spin it, I was like, the Warriors were lucky that Latrell, you know, they were on the comeback, and it's like, fuck, you fellas are hard case, man. You got nothing good to say about our team, eh? They find any which way to elevate their own clubs, their own teams, and when we beat them fair and square kind of thing. Anyway, I think that's a wrap for the Rabbitohs game, eh? You know, so yeah. What are we? We third on the ladder now. The Raiders.
Yep.
You break two. Third by 2.
Nice. Well, that's a good place to be. Still in the 4. I like that. And it's the Sharks. The Sharks this Saturday, 7:30 kickoff. Shark Park or Shark Stadium, otherwise known as the Shire. The Shire. It's gonna be that's gonna be a goodie. It's going to be a goodie. And to see our boys go up against Aiden and how they, you know, and how they're going to go, especially with Mitch not there. Mitch is 26-year-old and has 5 of his best years ahead. True. Give him a 5-year contract. So that's a good point, Jacko. That's a good point.
I'd lock him down long term too. Let's get a few fast guys in our backs going forward. Yes, I agree, Dom. But we've lacked pace for the last few seasons. 2023, we didn't even have that speed either. But for some reason, mate, we still got to the top 4, and I don't know, you know, and we still lacked speed then. So who knows? Maybe we focus on other strengths, maybe. But yeah.
I can't stand the commentators. Yeah, Mez, you're not wrong there, bro. Blocker Roach and them, they're even backhanded with their compliments, but they definitely, you know, they're always rooting for the Aussie teams. Roach's done it for years. Yep, absolutely, he's done it for years.
I've never heard people contradict themselves so much. Footy commentators, mate. They're like, oh, it was bloody rubbish, and then they're like, oh, amazing. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. Greg Alexander, Brandy. The amount of times he'd be running the Warriors down, and it's like, fucking hell, can't you were one of us? You're an OG, you know, back in the day, and you're hanging shit on us and something. Far out, bro. But yeah, he was one of those guys that was just like, just love sticking it to the boys.
How long ago was that, Jacko? DWZ was one of the fastest in comp, but maybe he has lost top speed. Shit, was he? That's when he was where, at the Doggies or Panthers?
Oh wow, yeah, it must have been a while ago.
With us, yeah. Oh, interesting. I didn't even.
Yeah. That is an interesting call out. So, predictions.
Yes, sorry.
It's that time of the night, peeps. Let's get these predictions going. So the crew in the comments start posting your predictions, your scores.
Yeah, I agree, Kelly. He's a dick, eh? He is a dick.
Saw Brandy Alexander.
I'm sure he hates us. Like, I don't think he's ever said anything nice about us, James Graham. But anyway, he's an idiot anyway, so. He still hates us from when SJ scored that game-winning match when we played England.
I actually like James Graham. I like those Pommy boys. They, you know, the likes of him, Sam Burgess, the brothers. You know, they all kind of. I just like that they've come a long way to play the game that they love. But that James Graham, because that James Graham and Brandon Smith, Cheese, they're on like I don't know what the podcast is, but they're just a hoot. They're quite funny. They're But James Graham's always been quite analytical as well. I just like listening to him.
Do you? I can't stand this. I'm just like, bro, shut up, man. Sometimes, even sometimes I'm like, bro, do you even watch the games? Even Willie Mason, and don't hate on me for this, guys, but sometimes when I watch Levels, he just talks so much. I'm like, do you actually watch these games? Like, I'm wondering if some of these podcasters are all shit and if they actually watch every single game and review them. Because sometimes I just think they're going off what their bro's saying that's sitting next to them.
I don't know, like Willie, and I like him and Scope, Justin Huddle. They've got their Levels podcast, But yeah, I mean, if he's talking cucks, maybe call him out in the comments. See what he says.
A couple of people have, but like, no, Willie's all good. I think he's just really. Sometimes I find it hard to listen to him because he's so like fucking. I'm just But yeah, he's
100% tons. There you go. Kelly agrees with you. Blokes in a bar and Level. Yeah, blokes in a bar. Yep. They're good.
I like Bloke in a Bar, Kelly. I think he's cool. Old what is his name? Beat. Is it Beat?
Yeah. Denim Kemp.
They're cool. Him and Guru and other fellas. I enjoy their content. They're really cool. And they don't diss anybody. Like, they don't talk shit about, teams or players. They actually give players their dues and teams.
Yeah. And they're real analytical, Like they've actually sat and watched the games and broken them down. And it's just like, okay, sure.
Yeah, bro.
What do you expect? But next year we have a pond coming. So, yeah, we do too. I can't remember the kid's name, but yeah. Be our first pond we've had since Sam Tompkins. So, yeah, it'd be interesting.
Oh, God. Sam Tompkins. Oh, wow.
and that thing he used to do, whatever it was.
Oh, haven't we come so far since then, though? You think about it, and man. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I remember Jose sharing in one of our group chats. He was like, man, isn't it a beautiful time to be a Warriors fan? And it's like, hell yeah, man, because just all this cool stuff that's happening and all these, we're getting, we're actually enjoying a good year of footy where the team's playing solid. And not only that, but we're seeing these young fellas debut. Like last year, I remember I was screaming out to give the boys in cup some game time, and we didn't see that. But this year, we're really seeing them. We, get out there, play some footy, and just have fun. Have fun. Do your thing, bro, and and put your mark on the game, and and so it's been an awesome season for both fans and the players themselves and the club.
Yeah, absolutely. The big actually does watch all the games in his fair. Yep, true that, bro. True that. Remember, just because you were a great player doesn't mean you're the sharpest knife in the drawer. Good call, Dominic.
Yes.
Good call. Oh, sweet, bro.
All right, bro. See you next time.
Sweet. Later, bro. Thanks, bro. Later, go. All right.
How to put that down.
Come on.
Tompkins was a lemon. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested.
Oh, sorry, Jacko. That name, yeah.
We haven't even, got in halfway through the season, and I'm looking at, oh yeah, that's right, Gannon, and now I'm thinking, oh shit, so where does Clark go? Does he still start at lock, or does he go?
Yeah. Oh no, anyway, he won't be taking over from Aaron.
Oh, bro, he's just me and my son were watching him last night, and I was just like, bro, how good is this guy, man? Like every run, man, he just runs with 100% freaking heart every run, man. It's like I'm just like, man, he's just I'm actually quite blown away with him because I'm like, bro, like 13 game state, and he hasn't had a bad game this season.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's just been consistent, eh? He's been Mr. Consistent the entire season.
I think he's been the most consistent player across all, like the whole every, like, doesn't matter what position.
Yeah.
I think just every carry. Like, I don't even think, he's made many errors. Or even if he's had, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be, that would not surprise me at all. What's your scoreline, Tans, before I forget? I forgot to get the trials one. Rangatira, is that to the Waz? Oh, yeah, sorry, Waz. Yeah. Waz. The Warriors. Sharks, playing the Sharks at Shark Park Saturday night. Ooh, should be a goodie.
Yeah, well, hey, we smoked. I think it's going to be another. Mind you, we've had good luck against the Sharks, man. Look, they're always leading at after the first half, and we've the last couple of years, isn't it? We've come back and beaten them in the big games, anyway. Yeah, I think we'll get the dub. I might go. I don't know. It might be depending.
Here's Jacko.
20. I hope he converts all the tries, man. If he converted all the tries, I'd be like 30 points to 16. But I'm going to go 26-18.
26-18. It's locked in. 26-18.
Warriors.
I just saw Zach score. Zach, you got to win an award for one of these days, my bro. I just love that shit, eh? I was like, I love it.
Wow, he is 5 pages. Wow. Hot Dom. 78-12. I love your faith, Zach. I love it.
That's the best, bro. That's the best. You know, he's generous enough to give them at least 12 points. But knowing that we're just going to destroy them. So, yeah. Love your scorelines, my bro.
And it's, I suppose, you guys think sometimes it's good having one of your main players out because then the other club doesn't know what the hell to expect. It's like, oh, shit. Well, probably not. That's just me hoping, trying to put some good luck dust on it, hoping for the best. But I think we're solid enough. You know, like we were talking about earlier, we've got plenty of depth in our squad now. And I think it's just going to make the boys play even harder, like our forwards. Bro, those young forwards are going to be, you know, amping to go. They'll be looking forward to the to the test anyway. And I hope TSS gets called up again because this will be a huge moment for him to really, you know, get some stripes, get his patch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, and you know, flip side, the Sharks are a quality team, so it won't be and it wouldn't surprise me if it comes down to a grind, you know. But if it does lean that way, if it swings that way, and it turns into this, I just think we're in that space where we are grinding teams. The amount of pressure we are putting on the Rabbitohs in that last 10-15 minutes, they were just making mistakes. They were dropping the ball. They were fumbling. It's been a theme for the last 5-6 weeks. You know,
Sharks haven't been consistent. Mind you, they haven't been consistent for a few seasons now. But I just clicked. I think they've got strike. Like I think Edo, and I'm sure he is.
Oh, okay.
Is he not left centre? Is he left centre for?
Pass. I'm not sure.
Oh God!
If any of the crew know
palpitations because I'm thinking if he's left, which means Dale's on the right. Oh, you just know what up. Any injury news on Hazelton? Hazelton is any news on injury? Hazelton AFB and they're missing Ronnie M this week. Oh, is AFB not playing?
Oh,
or are you asking us, Tahi? Because I know Hazelton, Ronnie, and Ronnie's out on suspension. Stone Street, obviously, he's out injured, and Hazelton.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's an interesting call.
AFB, Hazelton, maybe, and Ronnie out.
Oh,
so
wow.
AFB's not playing. Wow.
Mate, that changes the whole landscape.
It does. It does indeed.
Holy. Yeah. Wow. Okay, just while we're waiting, I'm gonna call the scores that have come in so far. So 5-star said 34-12. Wows. Andrew, 30-26. Wows. Kyle, I'll get Kyle scores. Tan said 26-18. Wows. I'm gonna go. I might go for low counting affair actually. So I'm going to go 2014. Was. Yeah, keep it low. Don't know why.
I agree, Dom. I just want to smash, like Nick said before, I just want to, far out, put 50 points, even 40 points, put 40 points on the team. I'd love to see a 40-6 game for us.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's coming, mate.
Yeah. Rangatira said 26-18. Mez, 30-26. Jacko, 18-14. I think you're onto something there, Jacko. Zach, 78-12. Tahi, 2018. Everyone's back in the Warriors. I love it.
Cool. In that case, Jack, I have one for me, mate, if you do. Apparently, in this news, AFB has an AC joint injury. Well,
yeah.
I suppose it's, look, fair. No AFB, no Barney.
Yeah. Like for like.
That's the words I was looking for, like for like, yeah.
Yeah, but we still got fish, with Liquor and the way Liquor. Well, we still got fish, Ford, Marata, Clark, Kurt, and Kurt had a good game last week.
You know what? Like, I think he's been fantastic. When we signed it, when I heard of the signing, I was just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, I wasn't impressed by it at all. And honestly, even halfway, the beginning of the season, I wasn't impressed by him. But with just our injuries to our outside backs and just the way he stepped up, man, there with the injuries and, covering the centre. And, bro, I'm being like, bro, you're awesome. Like, he's been
heck yeah.
The last 6-7 weeks. I think he's been
mean as
really good. And I just think bringing that experience with him, the Origin experience, all that stuff, like just man. And he does a lot of cleanup work too,
Yeah, and I think to be fair, last year he was carrying injuries, so it's like he's gone away at the end of last year and got himself in tip top shape, 100%, and he's come back and he's. To be able to swing from the second row to centres and back, whatever, Kurt's done actually really well. He's done really well.
And I think we've got a good balance of, like, the old, more experience and the youth. Like, we're not, like, it's a good, healthy balance. We've got some really key seasoned players and some good youth, good young players that obviously, really respect and admire the older players. Oh yeah, it's just we do. We've got you're right, Tons. We've got the perfect balance at the moment. And barring injury, hopefully that we just build on it. Come the playoffs, we're still in the 4. I'd love to see us bounce to first, man. I just want to see us get there and fucking stay there. Well, look, I was thinking this. I was like, bro, doggies have Raiders haven't even had a bye yet. Doggies have had 2 buys. I'm sure the doggies have had 2. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure doggies have had 2 buys, and the Raiders haven't even had one, bro. And we've had one, but
we've had one.
I'm sure the doggies have already had 2. They have had 2 actually.
Wow. Okay.
So when you think about it like that, it's like, bro, if you didn't have your 2 buys, mate, Canberra would be top of the be Canberra and us.
Yeah. That's right.
The buys, eh?
Yeah.
Those 2 points matter.
Yeah. Just for Jacko's comment, both Marata and Capes are earning their money now. Yep. Maybe youngsters snapping at the heels has helped. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Absolutely. Keeping them honest.
I think Mudditers, I don't think he gets enough reps, eh? Like, I know he was, below average last year, but I think he's been solid as this year.
Yep, he has.
Like his runs, man. Some of his runs, like the one yesterday, a couple of them actually yesterday were really good.
And I feel so sorry for the opposition halves for the standoff because it's like he's going to run at you all day, bro. You can have as much support as you want, but he's making a beeline for you.
Even my son was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, that's right.
No way,
that's exactly
man.
right,
like, I would not want to be having that guy run at me all day.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that.
No way,
that's
man,
bro.
Yep, Dogs 2 buys, Raiders none. Yeah, not too worried about being top of ladder. Just want a premiership win bad. But isn't that the same thing, Jacko?
Absolutely,
Not too worried about top of the ladder, premiership. Well, it's not actually. I'm
well, yeah, it's in their vicinity.
But I can't see, like I'm definitely confident that we will be playing finals footy. And I know it's only we're going into round 14, but I'm confident that we'll be playing finals footy, whether that be out of the 4 or in the 8. But my heart knows that we will be playing finals footy.
Yeah, but the Raiders must have late buys, in their season.
Yeah.
Man, that's wow. Okay.
I'm sure I saw a post actually earlier today that someone said that the Raiders, so they've got one in round 15, I think, and then they've got 2 consecutive buys at the end of the season. Strange,
Oh, they could play against them,
if that comment was true, like 2 consecutive, but you're right, bro. It could affect them in finals if they're having that long of a break off. But I found that weird because I've never known teams to have 2 consecutive buys.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can be top of the ladder and not win a comp. Just ask the Storm. Oh, I love it, Jacko. Mm-hmm. Just check the casualty ward for the Sharks and nothing about AFB, but Ronnie and Hazelton definitely out. Round 15 is Raiders first buy. Yep. Oh, shot 5-star main bro. So AFB. Yeah, I didn't think so. I did see a photo of him in a sling, but okay.
Wow. Yeah.
We have 12 games left going on 2014 ladder. We just need 5 wins, end in top 4. Bro, we're going to win more than... That's fantastic, Jacko, but we're going to win more than 5. We're definitely going to win more than 5.
Yeah, and I think in regards to the playoffs, the safety number was something like 30. So as long as you got 30 points, that's good for the 8. But if you're capping over that, then you're definitely top 4. First, second, third, whatever. So... definitely want to be aiming for that. Where are we?
Based on last year, 2 or 4 more wins plus buys puts us in the 8. Nice.
Well, there you go. Raiders buys around 15, 19, and 24. Okay.
Oh, 19 and I didn't think that was right when I heard consecutive. I was like, nah, that just doesn't happen. We have a buy, play 2 games, and another buy. 15. And we've got, and I saw it last night, so we've got 6 home games remaining and 6 away games remaining. So we've got 3 home games in a row, actually. Is it after the bye? Must be.
Yeah.
Panthers, Broncos, Dragons, is it? All at home?
Yeah.
And then we've got...
I think there's a Dolphins game in there somewhere.
It must be Dolphins, all at home.
Yeah, because we've got the 1st of August, the bro, Kyle and I were planning to go up to Mount Smart for that game, the return game for the Dolphins. So we'll see how we go. Okay, it's all right, just catching up with these last comments. We have a bye, play 2 games, then another bye. That's not bad. That's not too bad. Not bad there, Kelly. How many wins did we have last year for the whole... short answer, we're fuck all. Wins? No, I think it was
like 9?
No, I think it was something.
It was... I think that's why none of us know, Kurt, because we've all forgot because of the trauma. And we just want to leave that. Yeah, but I think it was around 9. I could be wrong.
Okay, might make it a wrap soon. So I've got everyone's scores. I got down to Zach, Tahi, Kelly 38-12, Jazz 28-20. If I haven't called your name out, then by all means leave your score on the in the chat space. But I think that's full time, eh?
Yeah, 9 wins last year.
Oh, 9 wins last 5. I thought it was less, Jacko. Jeez. That's full time for tonight, eh? So thanks, fellas. Thanks for jumping in with the comments and stuff. Yeah, looking forward to Saturday night, 7:30. Is that 7:30 over here or 7:30 over there?
It says 7:30 on your NRL. Yeah, 7:30 sounds right because we never play last on a Saturday.
Okay. Oh, there must be 9:30 over here then. That's not a bad thing. Right. But yeah, thanks heaps crew, just for jumping in and stuff. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. Nice short week, and then back to the weekend. But like always, up the fucking wires, baby. Go the fucking Warriors. All right.
Warriors all day, baby.
Yeah, you know it,